try it. It's really quite tasty. Don't be rushing it, man. Don't be coming on hasty. You must practice steps. You must hit them all right. You must do all you can. It might take you all night. Oh, the shine, Yeti groove. The shine, Yeti groove. Just shake it, yes, shake it. You have so much to prove. Try Yeti groove. It's really quite mighty. Don't be pushing it, man. Be polite, don't get mighty. You must shimmy and sway. You must kick up your heels. Really show them you're cool. Yeah, show them just how it feels. Oh, the shine, Yeti groove. The shine, Yeti groove. Just shake it, yes, shake it. You have so much to prove. With the shine, Yeti groove.
I love protect Shy Yeti. How are you? Hope you're fine. This is the Shy Yeti show.
Okay, where you go?
Why have I got horns?
Oh no.
Oh, it's the Shy Life Podcast.
Oh, there's going to be some drama ahead.
All I wanted was a pie, and then I hatched out of an egg.
Okay, bring the mic over. He's ready to record.
Is it metaphorical? Is it deep? Is it deep?
Good boy. He's not all that shy, is right. Gee.
Blimey, Governor, it's the Shy Life Podcast.
Oh my goodness.
Hello, Paul.
Quack, quack, quack.
I didn't have any
Excellent.
716, 760.
Bonjour et bienvenue au podcast The Shy Life.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Shy Life Podcast with me, Paul the Shy Yeti. How you doing? Oh, I'm all right. So, what's this episode going to be about? Well, it's kind of about quite a lot of things. You know, there's going to be the usual sort of chitter-chat and some extra material. But the main thing that the point where we began was a little chat I had with Toppy, and I was sort of updating him on some of the things that have happened around here so far in the last few months that he's missed out on slightly or he hasn't heard about. We also get to hear how another old friend of the show has been getting on, although it's very difficult to call him an old friend of the show. But anyway, you'll see. Let me run the theme music. When we come back, it will make a lot more sense. Okay, run that theme music.
Darling, it's the Shy Life Podcast.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Yes, well, it's a positive thing, Paul. The highlight, the Shy Life.
I'll go anywhere for a potato.
Delicious.
Hello, campers. How are you?
Go Shy Yeti.
Oh, I hope he hasn't found out my secret. Do you think he has?
I love the Yeti test. It's my favorite thing.
If you thought that was bad, just listen to this.
Yeah, I'm strangely drawn to Yeti Uncle John's ankles as well.
I could eat my body weight in crisps.
Has anyone seen my hot sausage?
It's all gooey and meaty and yum, 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 yum.
I don't think I'm ready to speak about it.
Here comes the grizzly. Hi there.
It's the Shy Life Podcast.
I can't wait for it to begin.
I like that. Yeah.
Marvelous, Paul.
Oh dear, I can't believe that old bag is still around.
Oh, so, Toppy, how's things going in Pickle Hollow?
Not bad. We're having an okay winter. Or spring, or maybe it's summer now. It depends on when you get this out the door.
It's difficult, yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, so much, you know, it's so difficult. Things just happen, and they just happen so quickly, and sometimes you kind of think, oh, you know, I always think, you know, I want to sort of tell you what's been going on, but sometimes, you know, a month has gone by and suddenly I realise that I haven't caught up with you. So
so like the time just, you know.
Of course, you know, Ick's back now. So it's good to have the little squeaky voice.
And the real
fellow,
the real
Ick, he's back. And so it's nice to have him about.
Yeah, is he still slimy?
Still quite slimy. He's not quite back to his usual self yet, because when he first got back, he was in suspended animation, and we had to melt it. We had to melt him, and then even for a while after that, he had had icicles in his ears, so he couldn't hear things. But trying to think who else you may remember. That Hubert Gentry, that guy who worked in the bar.
The guy in the bar.
Well, of course, when he told us, because we think all that was related maybe to the controller or to somebody. Anyway, it got him into trouble. Him talking to us, and he went on the run. And I always said to him, if there was ever a time, he needed protection or he needed help from us, that he should come and show up here. And of course, I didn't expect him to, but he actually did turn up.
Oh my! Okay.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's a kind of. I was you know what I'm like on the Shy Life podcast. If somebody new turns up, I always reach out a hand of friendship to them. I think you need to do that, because you never know, you could be that person one day. And you did the same thing. Not you personally, because you'd never really met him, but when August Evans turned up in Pickle Hollow, people in Pickle Hollow reached their hands out to him, and they took him in as a friend. And anyway, so we welcomed Hubert Gentry into the community. The trouble is, I don't think that that I realised how rude he was, because I guess a barman has to be relatively polite. And the couple of times I met him in the bar, he was a little bit not distant, but a little bit snappy, or a little bit curt with me, perhaps. I just presume that was because I was probing and asking him questions. But actually, now away from the bar, where he doesn't have to put on any airs and graces, he was just rude to everybody. And he didn't even realise it. I think it's just his normal personality. The only person that seemed to be oblivious to it was Yeti Uncle John, who just wasn't getting that he was being rude. So at the moment, he lives in this place, this like an extra annex on off the side of the Magpie Hut.
Oh, up there with the magpies and Yeti Uncle John.
Except that there's a definite barrier. Again, Yeti Uncle John would be in there all the time chatting to him. He loved it when Reginald moved in with him. That's another person we reached out to, Reginald. But Reginald was nice, and Reginald had a bond with Tallulah, and look at them now. But Hubert Gentry's not like that, and Hubert Gentry doesn't want to be friends with Yeti Uncle John, but he does need somewhere to stay. So he has his little bit of the Magpie Hut, but he battens himself down in there. I'm sure he goes out and does stuff. We haven't seen him for weeks. He doesn't interact much. But I believe there has been a recent occurrence that we'll hear about in a minute.
Oh, okay.
But it links to something else that's happened. That Bettina had the other day. Well, no, Bettina recently had a visitor. She's an actress called Charlotte Shade from Poland.
Charlotte Shade?
From Poland, yeah. She's
now, why does that name sound familiar?
Well, because she was an actress, and she's sort of the same school of acting as Bettina. And when Bettina was making all her films in Europe, and some of them Aunt Tappy was there for, some of the ones that Aunt Tappy was in making cameos. I think they were all really good friends at one point, but I think there was quite a lot of rivalry, and I don't think they'd spoken for a long time. I know Aunt Tappy and Bettina fell out over a man, but I think they both fell out with Charlotte.
Okay.
Far sooner. Anyway,
Aunt Tappy has spoken of her.
She's back on the scene.
Yeah, I don't know a heck of a lot about her, because Aunt Tappy, has very little to say about her. That's all I know.
Yeah, I think Bettina may have been on the phone, actually. Anyway, I think we've got a few inserts to go in now. which relates to some of the things you and I have just been talking about.
Okay.
So maybe if we listen to those, you might get a bit more of a feel for what's been going on.
Yeah.
I just wanted to sort of remind you who Cuba Gentry and who Charlotte Shade were. But anyway.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Hubert, there you are. I haven't seen you for days.
Well, I'm not surprised a bit, as I've been avoiding you, pretty much 24/7.
I've never met a man who's got such a dry sense of humour as you, Hubert. Oh, dear. Do you mind if I call you hubby? Not that I'm inferring that you're my hubby, but I just think that's a nice nickname for you. Hubby.
How about if let's not?
Well, I've got some good news. You probably wondered where I was because I've been quite busy the last few days.
Actually, I rarely focus on where you are and what you're doing, but pray continue.
Well, I've been acting as a
fool.
You're so funny. No, I'm the assistant of an actress. Well, not just the assistant. I'm a sort of like I'm the gentleman on her arm. Parties. She's chosen me to be like. She's from Poland, you see, but she doesn't have many contacts over here.
She must be stupid. What should she be? She must be dull-witted to actually choose you.
Well, some people say she's desperate, but I think they're just being funny with me. But you might know her. I've got there's a picture of us at a premiere. Charlotte Shade. As I say, she's been acting quite a while. That Katina Dutray that I'm friends with, they used to know each other back in the 70s. But, she's working in some sort of, musical play type thing in the West End, and she needs, like, a minder, stroke assistant, stroke dog's body. I'm only joking. I don't mind going out and getting things for her. But, yes. Don't we make a handsome couple?
Oh, is that what you call it? Well, I do remember this Shade woman. She liked to throw a lot of shade, as I recall. Wait a minute. You showed me a picture. All right.
Yes.
Let me see that picture again.
Yeah, it's nice.
Well, what a lovely creature.
Yeah, she is. I'd introduce you to her, but I know you're not really into the sort of showbiz parties type thing. I mean, your old Queer Cove pub that used to attract a lot of actors. I don't suppose Charlotte Shade ever came into it because she was mainly working in Europe. But you probably would have recognised her face though. You must have met a lot of people who have met her, even if you didn't meet her. If you know what I mean.
I think on late night TV I perhaps saw one or two of her movies. Yes, ravishing.
See, I'm lucky. I get to work with. I sense that the connection between her and Bettina is a little bit frosty at times. I just think it's just one of those things. You work together a lot with somebody. Perhaps you're going for the same roles, and anyway, it's nice. She's back and she was looking for somebody to help her out, and so I'm the man for the job.
I suppose. I've forgotten how much you like to talk and hear yourself speak. Well, I don't suppose there's a possible way that, you could introduce me to Miss Shade.
I suppose so, if it's something that would interest you.
Well, of course it would. I wouldn't have brought it up, you ninny.
Well, you wouldn't better speak to her like that. She's a grand lady. You have to be on your best behaviour. You have to promise me if I introduce you to her, you have to be polite.
I don't believe you've ever seen me be impolite, you moron.
No, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, hubby.
Oh, God, please don't call me that. It sounds perfectly dreadful, spilling out of your mouth like that.
Well, actually, yeah. Maybe I shouldn't call you hubby because Charlotte might misinterpret that as. I would like to be her hubby. Maybe. I mean, who knows? I mean, it's just a pipe dream, really. I'm just talking. Sorry.
A pipe dream, that's a mild word for what you're doing. You're living in a fantasy, but then that's what you usually do.
Well, anyway, Hubert, Mr. Gentry, what would you like me to call you?
Mr. Gentry?
Right. You're so dry. Your humour. Anyway, look, I'll see what I can do. Maybe we can go out for cocktails, she's a very busy lady, but you mustn't act starstruck or anything, but I guess you've hung around plenty of actors over the years, so perhaps, But I'll see what I can do.
That's a good chap. Off with you then.
Yes, off with me now. Right. Have fun. I've got to go and attend another gala meal thing with famous people and everything. I've also got to drive some taxis and oh, he's gone. All right then.
August, darling, I'm going to have to go. I'm at the beauty parlour and I think they want to see me. Yes, it's nearly my appointment time. I'll speak to you later. All right. Have a nice time, darling. Thank you, darling. I will. Oh, dear. Oh, it's so lovely to be back here. Always so relaxing.
Oh, Bettina, darling, how lovely to see you there.
I can't believe it. How lovely to see you, Charlotte. I didn't know that you used this same parlour. I've been coming here for years.
Yes, it was on a recommendation list from your manager. He gave me the list of all the best places I can rest and visit and care about myself.
Oh, did he now? I must have a word with him. Well, it's a very nice place, but I'm about to take my seat. I imagine that you'll be sat somewhere else. So I guess it would be lovely to have caught up with you, but I'm going to have to rush off straight after this. You what, darling? What? Oh, what? Oh. They're putting us next to one another. So it looks like we're going to get to talk. How lovely.
Indeed, it's very lovely. We can spend all day together.
Well, it seems like fate has brought us together, doesn't it, darling? So how are things? I hear you're spending a lot of time with Yeti Uncle John. Was it love at first sight?
Oh, I'm not sure about myself, but probably from his side, I can say he's very into me.
Yes, well, no accounting for taste. He can be quite a passionate gentleman, I must say. Is he like acting as your assistant as well?
Yes, he's acting as my assistant, and soon he's gonna be my manager.
Oh, I thought you had a manager over in Poland.
Yes, but he don't speak English too well, so I need someone local.
Well, that makes sense, I suppose. Oh, well, it's a real, promotion in a way to get the Uncle John. I believe he's able to tie in his taxi work with working with you, and then you get your own chauffeur at the same time. How lovely.
Yes, his multitasking is amazing. He's a man of very, very much talent. If you know what I mean.
Yes. There's nothing that Yeti Uncle John likes more than to be told he's talented. Call him a genius, and he'll be yours forever, darling. I'll have a black coffee, please. Thank you. Charlotte, what are you having?
Oh, I'm good with orange juice.
If this doesn't do the job, then I might have to move on to champagne, but we'll see. How long is this treatment? About 3 hours. Oh my giddy aunt. Anyway, how strange, how funny that we ended up in the same beauty parlour at exactly the same time. Fate.
Yeah, I might even start thinking you're stalking me.
Yes, yeah, as is.
How are you doing, Property? I'm all right, thank you very much. I don't feel like I see you very much recently. Oh, you know, I'm busy. Got a new job. Well, I've got 2 jobs. Still doing the taxis, of course. So, are you being a chauffeur? Yes. Yes. In case you didn't know, I'm now working for Miss Charlotte Shade. Well, I did know that. Yes. Yes. We had a long chat. She said that she needed an assistant who knew London. And I know London. She's got this manager. He's over in Poland. He doesn't really communicate very well in English. So she wanted me to be her sort of. I mean, she can communicate, but she shouldn't be having to do her own communication. That's why she needs an assistant. So that's what I'm doing. I'm helping out, and I get to go to a few premieres with her. I get to be on her arm, and as the cameras are clicking. Yes, how nice. I think I saw you in the newspaper this morning. Oh, did you see that little photo? Yes, yeah. I mean, we're just good friends. But, a lady can't go to a premiere by herself. And we get on well. She respects me, does she? Robert, have you got a problem with this? Have I got a problem? No, not as such. I'm just concerned that she might take advantage of you. Oh, what? She take advantage of me? I thought people were always saying that I took advantage of other people. Well, yes, you do that too. But in this case, she might take advantage of you because you're a younger gentleman, and you have a car, and I can just see her getting you to run around doing all her shopping for her. Being like some sort of lackey. I don't know. Well, what if I am? I'm being employed. She is paying me. Is she paying you what's due to you? Well, of course she is. Oh, and you can't, while I drive her around, she pays me money for the petrol, and oh dear, Committee, it's nice of you to be concerned. But I can assure you that Charlotte Shade is a lady, and she treats me like one as well. No, I don't mean that. She treats me like a gentleman. That's what I meant. Yeah. Oh, right. Well, as long as you're safe, and long as you're not being taken advantage of, and as long as you realise that the more time you spend with her, the more you will irritate Bettina. Oh, that's just old rivalries. Charlotte says that really deep down they're like sisters. Oh, like I don't know. Like sisters from a Shakespeare play who want to murder one another. Oh, well, I don't know. But anyway, she says they're friends, really. Oh, well, I guess then that's true then. If she says so, it must be true. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I've got to get dressed, so I'll be out again in half an hour. So say hello to everyone for me, won't you? Yes, I will. You take care. I will. Dear, oh dear. Sometimes you sound like my mother. Well, sometimes I feel like the mother. Right, so picking up where we left off, we're up to Monday the 12th of March. I was writing this at 9:22. Hello, how are you? This entry is written in green pen, which is rather nice. It's not faded. Very green today, aren't we? So this pen is rather suitable. School, that was fun, ho-hum. Not sure I believe myself. So what afterwards? I visited the town, met Mum and Graham at McDonald's, and then went to buy a Starlog at the newsagent's. That was a magazine. I didn't generally buy that, so there must have been something in it particularly I wanted. A particular article. Maybe Done to the Giants, possibly. Then I went to Paperback Parade, where I had the sci-fi book I wanted ready to order. I bought it for £17.95, so I was forced to withdraw money from the bank. Oh dear. It's a good book though, all the way through, and well worth the money. I went to NSS and bought a blank tape for Elaine's message, and also passed Nick over John H's audio, and he told me there is another Blake tape for me to swap with Danny. I purchased a single, Kate Bush, I say Love and Hate, but it's actually Love and Anger. It's from the album that had, well, it's from the album The Sensual World. It was about the third single off the album. I think it only got into the late 30s. But anyway, I bought a copy. I've still got it somewhere. I think I bought that on vinyl. I think that's the title with that song. Yeah. Oh yes, on the B-side it had the song that she did for the comic strip last week, called GLC, for the episode 10. I was going to get some more clothes, but decided against it. I met Mum and Graham back at Mrs. Bryn's, and we returned home after I bought a stamp for a postcard. On returning home, I watched the soaps and read my mail. One was from Shane Reeves in New Zealand. I called Danny and we arranged to swap over the tapes tomorrow. I did homework and called Andy C. I am now writing this, pretty obvious, but I'm watching Blake now. Children of Aaron, not bad so far. I finished episode 1 of, I think, that Above Beyond, whatever I called it. Wanted to go on, but WordStar is a bit of a pain to control. Bye, Paul.
Oh no. And meanwhile, to 12th of March, only junk mail. Oh, it's snotty about junk mail. Warm and sunny and spring-like all day. Studio is cold though. What am I doing still in studio? Studio is cold though. A returned Andrew is no problem, bogged down with reps. Jan hands in a peaceful resignation, so disillusioned Jan from Brum has finally quit. Phil services, Jane Pratt, Sandy James, and it looks like, and 1987, Claire Wilkins and Paul all crossed my path. It sounds like 1987 walked in. I think I would have worked with Jane and Sandy James in 1987. Claire Wilkins was a girl who lived around the corner, and of course Paul is yourself. Buy an index for the videos. Home, good session with studio. John Jenner leaves ill. You've worked with John Jenner and One More Bow. He was your psychiatrist, but cheerful interval, and chat to John Sweeney afterwards, and then home.
Tuesday 13th of March, I watched Quantum Leap. This is written at the top of the page. I may come back to some of these things. That Above Beyond whatever series I put, it may be in jeopardy. Watch this space. I'm writing this at 9:07 p.m. Hello, how are you? Well, good. School. Nothing to report. Nothing special. I began a letter to Ian and hope to finish it tonight. I also swapped videos with Danny, who won the school story competition. In all fairness, my story was, to say the very least, possibly a little technical for the magazine, and not so technical and what? And not so technical. I don't understand. His may have been more positive than mine. Mine was probably one of those gory stories I have to write. Blake was good. The tape I swapped, the last 3 of season 1. When I returned home, I received my post from Stuart who didn't have a dislike for my defending words. I don't know. Maybe I was defending. I might have said I liked a particular Doctor Who story and he didn't agree or something. Maybe I tried to defend my reason and he still didn't like it. I'm not sure. I don't really explain. 2 letters from Patrick and 1 from Lee, who says he will ring on Wednesday, which will save me a bit of money. After the soaps, I phoned Nick. Actually, not until 7 o'clock. I thought the soaps were after 7 o'clock. I watched the first Blake episode on the tape, Bounty. It was really good and had T.P. McKenna in from Greatest Show of the Galaxy. That's a Doctor Who story. I had a bath just after the call to Nick and Danny to ask him to lend me the video list I gave him after the computer broke down. I worked it out that I've seen over half of the Blake 7 episodes now. And now what was I saying? Oh, and now what was I saying? I watched The Man Born, also Deliverance, either side of this. That's a Blake episode, isn't it? Deliverance, yeah. I first saw it in 88 in France on Super Channel. I presume I mean the Blake 7 story. It was better second time around. Nick has another tape waiting for me on Friday. Something about watching Quantum Leap. It's continually brilliant as ever. It was one about a mafia boss. Next week it's about race prejudice. The computer went to be repaired today. I'm not sure. Update tomorrow. Yeah, my writing gets rather small at the end. What about you on Tuesday?
Fran Mail brings last of series 3. That would have been Blake 7, and Dominic's thank you. That's Dominic Lucas. He was one of my pen friends at the time. Letter. I thought that to work in Willie's, but I think that's Wellies. Andrew is a bit annoying when it comes to the rack of confectionery. I'm convinced that we've been doing our job in his absence. See, I was right. It was a lot more speakles without him. Philomena, she was a mutual friend of mine, me and my friend Matt. Mm-hmm. I went to her 18th a couple of years before in town, and Claire Wilkins in town. P&H is dealt with. That's Palmer and Harley. That's the confectionery deliverers. Mm-hmm. Home, phone Keith, get phoned by Paul. See brilliant. Watching my new Blake tape, Rumours of Death, Sarcophagus, and Ultra World. See brilliant message to John.
Wednesday, 14th of March, The Invaders episode Vicor. I was writing this at 10:35 p.m. Obviously. So many letters, so little time. Sob. Hello, computer systems first, situation healthier. Apparently the computer genius Barnwell has cracked it, discovering Nigel and searching. That put the dampers on above, etc., although that might be nice to continue with at a later date. Time will tell how things go, stay tuned. School, okay. Invaders was in the viewer's choice again in the Express today. Because I was delivering papers, sometimes I got to read newspapers that I wouldn't actually have bought. I just would. That's the trouble with me delivering papers, is I started reading them as I was delivering. It was a great episode, but not as good as last week's Genesis, which was a classic. No post today. I was going to meet Danny after school, but decided on bussing back. Did paper round, watched soaps, Invaders, homework and stuff, video Get Smart, which was fun, and then tidied school bag. I think I've got a cold off Graham. Sigh. I called Nick and I'm meeting him tomorrow to give him my cold problem. I don't say that. I called Nick and I'm meeting him tomorrow to get another Blake tape. The final episode of season 3, including one I already have. Lee rung and we chatted about things, Land of the Giants, Quantum Leap, Invaders and various other fun things, which I won't bore you with. Minutes after we had rung off at about 8:30, Andrew R. rung, which ruined my plans to do an audio message to Elaine. He rung off about 8:50, so I watched Aurak on the Blake tape that I was watching last night, the final one of season 1. It was very good, as is proven the norm now. Bye for now, keep living, Paul. Because of course you had Thursdays off at this point.
Yes.
But I wasn't in sixth form at this point, so it was of no interest to me because I wasn't able to meet you. It was only when I went to sixth form later this year and beyond that I was able to meet you on the Thursday.
That's right. Yeah. And that episode you mentioned you already had, that would have been Rumours of Death. Andrew Reid did you a copy of that before we started getting the Blakes regularly. Anyway, yes, 14th. As a sort of aside at the top here, I said phoned for a part in the RS. So actually, they were obviously casting that at the time, and because I was at that point I was very nervous about auditioning, so I would have, but that would have been good to get involved. Good old Elaine returns star 1. That's the Blake 7 episode with an audio and a Russell letter. Now, why is she sending me a letter from Russell? I don't know. And a Russell letter. Oh, I see. It's sunny day mostly. Good rapport with the customers. Because of the post, I'm on good form. You see, Elaine could sort of, had quite an influence on me. Not a lot to do, but stay on the till with Roz, who tells me about her wild school days. Oh, bless her. There's Carol sends pic of Ian. That's Carol, my cousin, that would have sent a picture of Ian. Sent a pic of Ian? I don't think that could be that year. That must be the following year, because there's 3 years on the road. Yeah. Ian wasn't even born at that point. Tells about a while. School days. Easter eggs come in. Home, listen to Elaine's super tape. Tape Dine. Then small part rehearsal. Decide on the music at pub with Matt and John. That's John Sweeney and Matt. Can't remember Matt's name. Can I match it? And talk over their dubious principles. I listen on interested. I think it's because, I was still a bit of a churchy prig to a degree back then. So, but I was discovering about adult life still at that point. Anyway,
Thursday 15th of March, 10:35. I've got 60 days to my exams. Hello, as the nice man says, only 60 days until lovely exammy whammies. Ho hum, who was I? No, where was I? School was as usual, and I wrote a couple of letters. Had an English oral and did games. Now I'm tired because I've lots of work to catch up with. Why? Oh, yes. Well, you know about this now. Due to Nick's lovely new Blake tape. I put it in the machine and snap goes the tape.
Oh, yes, I remember that. Yes, because it was I'll tell you for why. That was an E300. Yeah. It was a 5-hour tape. Yeah. And because it was thin, they're quite thinly made. Yeah. They were you didn't get them very often. But, yeah, that's right. I remember that.
I've been repairing it ever since in the bath. I think I do it in the bath. I don't know why I do it in the bathroom. Maybe I thought that my mum would. I don't see why my mum would have. I think it's probably I could stretch it out across the floor a bit better or something. But I just hope it works after all this. Some good stories on there, but something like this happens to me once before, and it worked out fine. Ho hum. Letters, 2 from Martin and 1 from a new pen pal who I think is Andrew Reid in disguise. I think, see, Andrew Reid, I think, did what he did to you, to me, but I must have clocked it was him because I knew him better and knew the way his mind worked. I can't remember what his fake pen pal was, or if it ever unless this was one that turned out not to be Andrew Reid, but I just thought it sounded. Who can say? Forgot to ring Paul H yesterday, didn't I? I'm writing this with Robin. I
don't use a pen.
Yeah, I'm writing this with Robin Archer's pen. Robin is he's one of my oldest friends from school, along with Harry, which I also forgot to return to him. My memory is terrible. Thanks to this tape, I missed the soaps and homework time, and the time I had set back for writing to Elaine, taping to her, sorry. I saw Spence and Saunders, they did an ABBA sketch. I think that's when they did put Très Magnifique, but I can't really spell. I'm not quite sure of the spelling, so I kind of right into a corner, so you can't tell.
Yeah.
Well, computer returned, stories not lost, but they are muddled. What about you?
Well, this is interesting because, okay, no post, plenty to do. Listen to some music. Watch the sad but simply stylish Terminal. That's the Blake Seminoff. Now, if you've got my tape of the last 5 episodes of series 3 at your place. So how am I watching it there? Because I don't have 2 copies of Terminal. That's peculiar. That's very peculiar. I don't. We have a tape that seems to be in 2 places at once. I don't know quite. Take the start for John Hadlow. What about the rest of it? Wash hair, shave, and do a tape for Elaine about 11. Do that and post other things. Get money from work. Those were the days. But nowhere to eat. I mean, nowhere to eat. There's a perfectly good. Get chips. TV Zone out and Space Pirates book. That would have been in Paperback Parade. Try to phone Brenda. That's Brenda Cameron, who was directing The Heiress. Phone Trolley for visits on the 25th of April. 25th and April the 12th. I was booking 2 in a row. Gosh. TV EastEnders, Fang Rock and Elaine.
This was your...
It's if Elaine had her own TV programme.
But this was your day off. You were doing all this.
Yeah.
And I put on the 14th, I say I'm meeting you tomorrow. So do you think you watched the tape and then gave it...
Why I haven't mentioned that you're there as well, I don't know.
Well, no, but maybe I wasn't. But we were meeting... but maybe I met you for lunch or after work, so you had time to watch it and then deliver it straight to me, whatever you did to me, and then I went home and broke it immediately. I mean, I
remember you breaking it because it was a very thin tape. Yeah. It was a bit risky actually. Because had Rumours of Death, Sarcophagus, Ultraworld, Moloch, but it didn't have Death Watch because I already had Death Watch on another tape and Terminal. But I remember, I think it was during Moloch it went a bit wobbly. But yeah, I remember. I
had it out on the bar. I had it out on the bathroom floor.
Well, hey.
I need to speak to Yeti and John. I need to book a taxi for later in the week. He's not answering his phone. I need him to drive me somewhere, but might have to try one of the other drivers. But at least if Yeti and John does his stuff, he tends to at least prioritize. I wonder if he's in the Magpie Hut. Of course, I saw his car around earlier. I'm surprised he's not out with Charlotte. Knock, knock, knock. Hello, it's Uncle John. Are you in there? I'm coming in. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Crummy, what are you doing here?
Charlotte, what are you doing here in the Magpie Hut? I thought that Uncle John would be here. This isn't the sort of place I'd expect you to be hanging out in.
Oh, I'm waiting for the gentleman. He offered me some tea.
Get Uncle John. Why is he not here? Where is he?
Oh, I don't know. It was quite some time when he left Magpie Hut.
You should have come and knocked on the door of my flat. At least it's warmer than in here. I'm not sure that an actress of your caliber should be hanging around with magpies. They're very squawky, if you can hear.
Oh, it's not a problem. I was living a few years in the bush of Amazonia and in Iceland, so I get used to the bird sound and cold weather and low temperature, so I'm fine.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear it. I hear that your Uncle John is also working for you at the moment.
Yes, he's working for me as my personal assistant and probably I will promote him to my local manager.
Oh, right. Well, that's good. I mean, you will treat him kindly, won't you? He's a very old friend of mine. I'm very protective of him.
Of course, Cromity, don't worry. I love be kind for my biggest fans. And Yeti Uncle John is pretty handsome fellow.
Yes, I saw that a picture of you with he was on your arm at some sort of fancy event. You looked like a handsome couple.
Oh, paparazzi always finds me, but I don't mind them. And I'm glad that Yeti Uncle John doesn't mind them.
It must be nice to have somebody looking out for you, like a bodyguard, I suppose. I think he's coming back. Oh, Cromitty, what are you doing here? Well, if you'd answer your phone, then it wouldn't be a problem, would it? I just wanted to check with you. That taxi I booked with you last week, you still have it on your books? Thursday, 12 o'clock? Yes. Would that still fit in with your schedule?
Oh, yes. I'm going for brunch with my friend. You know, the famous one.
Oh, yeah. And then I'll pick you up after that, but that'll be in the afternoon sometime. No, I'm fine, Cromitty. I can still fit you in. Well, thank you very much. I just wanted to check. I was surprised to find Miss Shade here. Oh, well, I just offered her, somewhere to put her feet up whilst I had to fill up the taxi. So didn't want her to have to sit around whilst I did that. But anyway, we do have to make a move, Charlotte. So, Cromitty, is there anywhere you need to be dropped off? No, I was going to walk on over to his spaceship to see how he was doing. Oh, right, yes. Well, still making a recovery, I expect. Charlotte, we'll have to introduce you to it at a later date.
Oh, no problem.
Charlotte has a big following in the alien community. Isn't that true, Charlotte?
Of course, I have fans all around the whole universe.
Why am I not surprised? Well, I'll see you both later. Goodbye, Charlotte, and pleased to meet you again.
Goodbye, Cromity. See you again.
Yeah, see you later, short stuff. Short stuff? I keep calling me that disrespectful. Only teasing.
Darling, how are you?
Well, I'm just fine, dear, although it's been a rough winter, spring, or summer, or whatever. Anyways, how about you?
Oh, I'm fine, but I had to call you. I had to let you know something. That I'm just worried that... Well, no, let me tell you. Charlotte Shade.
Charlotte Shade? What about her, dear?
She's back. She's back on the scene.
No, you don't say.
Yes. She turned up on my door the other day. She bumped into my agent at some sort of party, and stupid man gave her my address. She turns up.
But he shouldn't have done that.
No.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, tell me, what does she look like now?
Well, like an older version of herself. She's supposed to be in some sort of play in the West End. I can't believe it. How has she got that sort of work?
I don't know. I can't believe she's still acting. The woman had no talent whatsoever.
No, I know, exactly. Oh, I just fear for us all. I mean, you're safe over there, but I just wanted to warn you, basically, darling, that there may be a time when you're visiting me and she might just show up. She didn't get the hint. And I have a nasty feeling that Yeti Uncle John has been sniffing around. She's looking for somebody to help her, an assistant, and of course Yeti Uncle John thinks it'll be a fine old time.
Oh dear! Oh, is he in for a surprise?
Well, yes, darling. I mean, although I guess Yeti Uncle John's probably about as young a man that Charlotte could attract these days, but
oh, quite right, dear.
But no, I mean, I just think back to all the times that she used to, we used to be in the same productions, or we would clash because she was going for the same roles, and I had to put up with her a lot more than you did, darling, because you had other things you were doing, and yes, you were in were in the business, but it was more of a hobby for you, wasn't it, darling? Because you always had other things to do.
Well, you know how it went, dear. I'd come visit you, and before I knew it, you'd stick me in a little role somewhere.
Yes, exactly, and then you'd go home and you'd continue with your life and your business.
Yeah.
You were so busy with the things you were doing, but I had to have something like. Sorry, I get flushed just thinking about it. I can't believe she's back. I thought we got rid of her in 1981, but I guess we've had 40-something years of freedom. I mean, we were always. I knew she was out there somewhere.
And like a bad penny, she's turned up.
I mean, I suppose it's amazing that we hadn't encountered her again sooner. But yes, I mean, yes, I knew she wasn't dead, but it must have been some sort of. I knew my luck would run out one day. I didn't expect her to turn up in a taxi outside my house, though. But,
she used to put on such airs.
Oh, yes, we had a lovely conversation because Paul was there, yes, John was there, Comedy was there. They all met her, and I don't, the way we talk to one another, it's all insults, really, but it appears to be praise, but it's just the way we are. But,
well, I mean, after all, you don't want to burn any bridges, but talk about the acting couch there. Oh, she used to visit that couch a lot.
Oh, she had her own couch she brought along with her, like an inflatable one.
And it had a revolving door.
Oh, yeah. I just can't believe she's back. I just can't believe her. I thought she'd be doing this play for like a month, 2 months. She says that her contract is for a year with the possibility of it being extended for 3 years. I can't believe she'll be in London for 3 years.
No.
I think I'm going to have to move. I'm going to have to move to Pickle Hollow, I think. I don't think I can stay in London if she's going to be here full time. We're just going to be clashing all the jobs and everything.
Well, I don't blame you, dear. What a horrible thing. Also, dear, I just remember it's not the acting couch, it's the casting couch, dear.
Oh, well, it's all the same to her.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, I just wanted to let you know. I just hope that Yeti Uncle John doesn't get himself too deeply involved.
Can't you keep him away from her?
Well, I do. I try my best, but I believe he was. Boasting about it to that Hubert Gentry. They're basically flatmates these days. I mean, not mates. He's a strange fellow, that Gentry guy. But Yeti Uncle John's full of himself. Oh dear.
Yes, that Hubert is a dreadful man.
Nearly as bad as Charlotte Shade.
Oh, the two of them should just go off together sometime and never come back. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yes, exactly.
Charlotte, reporting for duty. Oh, sorry. Shall I call you madam? I don't know. Now you're sort of my boss. But I know we're not just we're more than that. We're friends. We're more than friends, aren't we? Yeah.
Oh yes, you don't have to call me ma'am.
I keep thinking I'd like to call you Charlie, but that seems a bit too casual.
Yeah, that would be weird. But you can call me Honey.
Okay, Honey. Sorry, I've got a checklist here. Do you want to run through the list and let me know? You said you were going to give me a few more tasks that you wanted to do.
Yes, of course. Let's go through this.
Yeah, where do you want to start?
Let's start from the beginning.
I've got dry cleaning. I've done that. Well, I mean, I went to pick it up. You wanted your diamonds polishing. I put them in for polishing. I'm having your favourite pair of red ruby slippers re-heeled because both the heels were a bit wobbly. Done that. I've arranged a viewing for some new ladies' lingerie on Tuesday afternoon at 3 with the private fitter at Sampson's. lingerie specialist. I'm having the sorry, my handwriting's not that good. I've sent your spare pair of false teeth off to the false teeth place. Oh, no, that's not yours. Sorry, but I didn't think you had false teeth, Charlotte. I think that's for Reginald. Sorry about that. Is there anything else I need to add?
I think that's a lot for one day. You can just sit and relax, or if you want, you can lie next to me.
Didn't you want me to go to Harrods to get you some escargot? Ooh, what's them? Oh, snails. Ooh, yeah. Don't tell Tallulah because she's got a pet snail. But anyway, and did you want some truffles? Because if you want me to get those, I'm going to have to go up and do them now because otherwise the traffic would be too much. Would have loved to have laid down on the bed with you, honey, but so much to do.
If you must go, I won't stop you.
Well, want to go, but I must admit to being a little bit shy around you still. You're such a famous person. It's like suddenly being friends with Madonna or Lady Gaga or Rita off Coronation Street or something. It's quite it's quite something. And that's why I'm a little bit shy. Ladies like yourself leave me a bit weak at the knees, I have to admit.
Oh, darling, don't worry. You said it first. We are friends, so you don't need to be shy around me.
Yes. You've got a dinner appointment this evening, madam, by the way. You may have forgotten. It's at Rule's restaurant. Are you dining with a friend, or did you want me to be your dinner date tonight?
Oh, I would like you to join me.
Oh, I'd love that. Is it just you and I, or will one of your friends be joining us?
Oh no, today no friends meeting. I already met Bettina, so I'm done with other people.
Right. There was a call from Sir Ian McKellen. He said that he's free for nibbles on Friday afternoon, and he's promised to dress as Gandalf when you meet, because he knows that you're a big fan of Lord of the Rings or something. That's what the message says anyway.
Oh, how lovely! Sorry, I'm giggling a lot. I really want to meet him. Yes, please, you can send him a message. I will meet him. Yes.
A lot of the London's literati are aware that you're in town and want to meet you, so that's what it is. But anyway, I'll send a message back to him and say that's fine. And still waiting to hear from Paul McCartney. He's not sure which night he can meet you, but he's really keen to catch up with you again. So anyway, I better get on. I better get on and get down to Harrods. So yes.
That's perfect. Thank you, Santa John.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Yeah. Friday, 16th of March at 10:50pm. Hello, how are you? I have some good news and some bad news, but that comes later. Firstly, school, ho-hum, so let's not bother. Returning home, I found no post. I wrote no letters, or at least not to completion. So, on to the bad news. I mended Nick's tape, but a problem later developed. Of the 5 episodes, Terminal and Moloch are not damaged in any way, whilst Ultraworld suffers marginally. Sarcophagus is a problem. The tape snapped again at the beginning of the episode. Damn. Rumours of Death is mostly okay, except for the beginning credits and odd scratches. Despite decisions I haven't yet told Nick. I don't want to lie to him, though. Bloody tape. Talking of bloody, I had a nosebleed in geography today and used 3 hankies. Also, my 9-volt battery in DT was dud. I think that must be CDT then. I just thought we called it CDT, craft design technology, but there was something I did which had a like a torch. I was making some sort of torch thing maybe, or doing something that needed a battery. So yeah, I must get compensation off Mother, I say. Where was I? Watching soaps, Crystal Maze, Fine Laurie, all good, especially latter. Planned to talk to Elaine, but the tape bugged me all evening. After Fine Laurie, I watched Sarcophagus from where the tape survived. A matter of minutes missing. Very good. It gets better all the time. You wouldn't think I woke up at 4:50 to mend the damn tape, would you? Good news. All of Searching found. Now 20 episodes to work onwards.
So it wasn't the computer after all?
Well, it obviously was. Yeah, it obviously was on there, but the computer needed sorting out. But
needed sorting. Lisa returns my sympathy letter and might stay. I don't know what I'm sympathising with, but maybe one of her relatives died or something. But
that's not.
It sounds like she's returned my letter.
But that's not Lisa Parker.
That's Lisa Wardle. Rachel Sinclair is also due for a revisit, which indeed she did later. Yeah, Andrew is not too bad, as Jan has her NHS swan song. One till breaks down. Shades of Summer '88 drifts in with lunchtime. With lunchtime. With Nick and Becky and Kim visiting. Nick Radford, Kim Warwick, who went out with Warren at the time. Becky Hain, who I was keen on. So it's like that whole gang from 1988 came in. Do lots of magazines. The list does well. Yeah. Don't know quite what I mean there. Home. Brenda recruits me for the heiress. Friendly reads through at studio. Emma plays my fiance. Home audio trial. That would be the Blake 7 episode. What I don't really understand is I don't seem to have finished work on the Glass Menagerie. We're doing a technical run, but there doesn't seem to be any sign of an actual show. And yet I'm moving on to the next play already. So I don't really understand that. But there you go.
On Saturday 17th of March, at the top of my diary, I mentioned Lisa Wardle and that it's her birthday that day. Didn't leave Charlton today, but did enough to feel totally whacked out all the same. Lots to do, beginning with paper round and collection of paper money, which I did fine, except for canine assistance. This village seems doomed after a suicide attempt, a heart attack, a son dying, and now a possible stroke this year. Don't remember any of those. All go. I expect the canine assistance is probably sometimes when I go to the paper money, you got a pet dog turning up, or you got you just have to keep an eye out. There were some nasty dogs in that village. All go. No post. Had a bath and did work on Searching during the day. Didn't actually complete episode 5 or start 6, but did quite a bit. Homework. Yawn. No phone calls. Dad in a bad mood. Graham fighting. Something about boots. So the bits of the day so far missing from the outline consist of a fun game I played with Graham and the viewing of 2 Blake episodes. The game was called Voices from the Past, about 2 boys led by voices, good and bad, into a strange world and chased through the countryside around here in search of their first port of call, the White House, which is where we ended up in part 1. More tomorrow. Childish but fun. Story treatment. So obviously I played a make-believe game with Graham, but thought actually it could actually be turned into something.
It sounds very much the sort of thing I would have done too. All for that sort of thing.
On to the 2 Blake episodes. Ultra World, weird and very tacky but interesting. Poor Callie, always controlled. Moloch, first shown 10 years to the day. Wasn't bad either, let's say different. That's it now, can hardly keep my eyes open. Also, The Invaders, that episode Genesis I mentioned, got 3.15 million and was 9th in the BBC 2 chart that week.
Meanwhile, happy birthday Lisa, that's been in Lisa Wardle.
Yeah.
A beautiful sunny spring day flooded with people and old familiar faces. Danny, Karen, I think that might be Karen who I used to work with at NSS. Paul with children. I'm not. Oh, Karen and Paul with children. Paul was the husband. I thought, so what are you doing with children? Sweet Sylv Brown, who was one of the people I started with at NSS in 1986. Very sweet lady, left far too early. Katrina, who I now chat to, I think she was one of Keith's old girlfriends when they were little. Braced Keith with the Beeb videos rented. I'm not quite sure. I think it might be the Blake 7 ones that he rented, the ones that the original compilations. Pete, I don't know who Pete is. Dave Taylor, who was, of course, at studio. See Becky at Shoe Shop and phone her. We'll go out soon. Rekindled. I was always trying to go out with Becky, but we never quite got it together. But I was very keen on her. Stu visits 2 visits and Boss behaves. Stu, that would have been Stu Hughes, the little Welsh chap that knew Linda King. Home, Keith round for videos. He stays till 11:45. See Beeb videos and Jewel tape. That's probably when by Jewel tape they released a compilation of Blake 7s under the title Jewel. This is long before we got them. Lots of talk and laughs and nosh.
So Sunday 18th of March, Land of the Giants was on. Writing this at 10:40. Tut tut. Someone creased this page. That's very naughty. Barely. I can't see the crease anymore. So it's been so long it's stuck in a drawer that it's no longer creased. Anyway, ahem. Paper round routine began the day. After that, I bathed. Re-breakfasted, so it sounds like I'd already had. Sounds like I'd had one breakfast before I got up to do the papers, and then I had another one when I got back. And I got to the computer. I'll even admit to watching Boom, a kids thing with Tom Baker in. I don't remember that. What I haven't yet admitted to is the tape to Nick. I think I should break it gently.
You haven't told me yet.
I haven't told you yet. Not a sudden thing. No, not sudden. I should break it gently, not suddenly. Tomorrow, by telling him it went funny and maybe damaged.
Why didn't I watch the whole tape before I handed it back to you?
I should have told him straight off, but the longer I prolonged it, the harder it is.
Well, hey.
Cleaned my bike, wrote to Patrick, watched Land and some of EastEnders, saw the end on returning. Graham and I completed the game, which dragged a little after we went to the woods. Back again, and Graham fell into the stinging nettles. Came back, watched EastEnders and did more work on the computer. After tea, Graham and I went to the bit of the track between Vicarage and the Bunting's house where Guy had his camp in the good old days. I'm talking about the mid-80s probably as being the good old days. The kids had a fine the kids had a fire there, so we came back and it was still smoking. They had dug a grave-like thing. Returning, Bergerac was on computer adaptation. Finally, I watched Terminal and ended up here. Terminal Blake was very, very good and sad. End of Liberator, end of Zen. Au revoir. No phone calls, did geography homework. Yuck.
Yes, that would be my attitude to geography homework. Have trouble getting up. Poor old boy.
Oh.
Do crucifer duty at St Martin's this beautiful sunny spring day. Rector is still aggravating over cleaning. Now I think, if I'm not very much mistaken, that would have been Father Julian back then. At the time I was not very happy at Smike because I didn't really want to be in charge, and I didn't think Nick Bradford was sort of giving me support. And that the rector got into his head that he wanted us to all up the ladder cleaning. Now I don't think this wouldn't be allowed by health and safety now, but I wasn't very keen on it then. So we never. I thought no, I'm not getting up there. But he was kind of when I was in the Navy, we were expected to do. So I had a bit of a run-in with him about that. Copy Killer Audio, that's the Blake 7 episode killer. Good lunch, then off to studio for the second technical run. I am still working on the Glass Menagerie. One interval outside with wine. Set is great. We go on till 8 p.m. Just a word about this Glass Menagerie. One of the cast members in it was one Anna Davis, who later became Anna Brecken and played Lady Tara in Emmerdale in the 90s. And she was just a studio theatre member here. Go home, write to Rachel, that would have been Rachel Sinclair. At least I think it would have been. Have a bath. It says watch Horizon, but I've scrubbed it out. Maybe I was planning on watching Horizon, then decided better a bed.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I thought you were looking.
No,
I think that's where we'll stop. I do meet you the next day and tell you, but I don't get your response, so we'll have to find out that next time.
A phone call from
Well, so Toppy, as you can see, there's been a lot going on. I mean, the arrival of Charlotte Shade is definitely going to be a bit of a cat amongst the pigeons, and I think Taffy's going to end up involved in that because somebody.
I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, it's somebody that she knew, and she was never as close to her as Bettina was, but. Bettina and Tappy are such firm friends. I feel sorry for I mean, I could tell she was perfectly polite to me, Charlotte. That is perfectly polite to me, but there's definitely a tension, she's very loud, very loud. But anyway. Maybe it won't happen. Maybe she'll be too busy. It's Yeti Uncle John I worry about.
Well, me too.
I mean...
he better watch what he's doing.
I mean, Yeti Uncle John is a funny one. There's always these stories of people he's dated and this and that. I've never had an actual face or a name or this person definitely was my girlfriend or boyfriend. Or it's always been lots of, tales.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
And I think Charlotte is like that. That's quite a bit. I mean, maybe Charlotte has got her eye on him for other things, but I think generally she wants a dog's body, an assistant, somebody to do her washing for her, somebody to fetch and carry. somebody who can just sort of sort out her daily diary. And I'm not sure romance is very high up on her list.
Maybe not on her side, but Yeti Uncle John, that's a different story.
Exactly. And from what I hear, there are lots of. She still has quite a lot of fans, and Yeti Uncle John is not, is a little bit older than her. I don't know how it's happened, but the fans she has seem to be sort of far younger than you'd expect, and so I don't know.
I don't know. You know what? That's probably she must have caught on YouTube or something.
I
bet she's TikToking.
Oh, TikToking, yes, quite possibly. I think that's where she perhaps is slightly ahead of Bettina and I mean, both Bettina and Tappy have done things like podcasting and stuff, but I'm not sure they're up with the TikToking, and I wouldn't be surprised perhaps Charlotte is. I mean, there has to be some explanation as to how she's in a West End play. She's, she's not sweeping the stage. She's got some role, but goodness knows. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know how he and I don't know how Yeti Uncle John and Hubert Gentry are managing to live so close together and yet not kill one another. But
I don't know.
Sounds like Hubert keeps out of his way as much as possible, and Yeti Uncle John is barely aware when he's being insulted, and also now he's distracted by Charlotte employing him. So I don't know how he's managing to juggle being Charlotte's assistant with being a taxi driver. I think he does all his taxi driving when she's on stage or rehearsing. Kapow Taxi seems to be able to juggle his time, his workload around what Charlotte needs, and also he is also her personal chauffeur effectively. So I guess the tips are good. I mean, I did not see this for Yeti Uncle John in 2024 being the sort of gigolo to an actress from Poland, a famous actress from Poland.
I don't. Me neither. I mean, one day he's making cheese computers, and the next day he's trying to. Well, he's working for some sort of, old movie star.
I know, and there's just been so much going on of late. Anyway, the listeners know what's been going on. Well, I just needed to unload a little bit and let you know sort of what had been going on, and I'm sorry, I should have asked you more about what you've been doing and what's been happening in Pickle Hollow, but
we seem to have run out of time.
We seem to have run out of time. Sorry about that. But anyway, listeners, as you know, the further adventures of Toppy Smelly can be heard on the Smellcast. So Toppy will be telling you about his life if you listen to that show as well.
Just head on over to thesmellcast.com.
Yeah, so that is all we've got time for, listeners. I just hope that Yeti Uncle John and Charlotte don't end up,
I know. I'm very curious what's going to happen next.
I'm hoping that maybe Yeti Uncle John and Charlotte end up being some kind of thing, so that, like a distraction, so that poor Bettina doesn't find her turning up on her doorstep all the time. Although part of me thinks that Hubert Gentry and Charlotte might make a good pair, because then poor Yeti Uncle John wouldn't get hurt. But I think at this stage he'll get hurt whatever happens. So,
probably.
Goodness knows what Cromitty thinks about all this. But sorry, I think I need to lie down. Anyway, I'm talking about me again. Anyway, the Smellcast, listeners, the Smellcast. And Toppy, please do come back. And I promise we won't make it all about me next time. All about my game. We'll try and do something a little bit more, something nice, maybe.
Something nice.
Something nice.
Simple.
Something simple.
And maybe calmer. And
Yeah.
And maybe not quite so many characters.
We should pop over for tea with Ix. You've not properly talked to Ix since you got back.
No, I haven't.
And there's a lovely CD I want to play you from the Phoenix Festival. You missed out on that, so we could. It's lovely. You really like it, but. Anyway, I should have a copy for you somewhere, but I think they've all ended up in Ix spaceships. So anyway, right, we've got to go, listeners.
Yeah, I know how busy you are, so just when you can, when you think of it.
Oh well, at least we've got the spaceship back now. You don't have to travel in the pod anymore. So
thank goodness for that.
Yeah. All right, listeners. Bye for now, and thanks again, Toppy, and we'll speak again soon.
Okay. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks.
Bye, audience.
Bye.
Bye, fans.
Grizzly, how you doing?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm all right. Just giving you a quick call because I don't know if you've heard. You might not have heard. Bettina's old friend, Charlotte Shade, the actress, turned up. They used to know each other in the 70s when Bettina was making films in Europe, but they've got a bit of a sort of rivalry. Bettina's not seen her for years, and that was a situation she was quite happy about. I think most of us were pretty sort of not that impressed when we met her. We could see that she was upsetting Bettina, and like yourself, we're very loyal to Bettina. But Yeti Uncle John is less loyal, and he's ended up working for her as a chauffeur, as a general dog's body, as a sort of companion to hang off her arm. And I guess I wanted to ask what you know about her, because I know that she's an actress from your country, but is she like somebody who's still regularly on TV or on stage? What is her reputation back home?
First of all, say Bettina, I'm really sorry she needs to spend time with her, because I know she hates her. Charlotte always was super shady and bitchy, and well, have you heard her speech when he get a Golden Paw reward? It was awful. It was very passive aggressive. So no, they weren't friends, more like frenemies. And that, and well,
that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking, and I did see some things on YouTube, and I saw like when she was accepting an award. I mean, it baffles me that she is even being given awards. I mean, she's surely she's not the best that Poland has to give. She's not very good. She's not a great actor. Well, why is she even getting work? I don't understand. She's in a play in London. How did that even happen? Do you think she's blackmailing somebody? I just don't understand it.
Well, her reputation says that she's very good with manipulating people. So I think half of her career was made by bad. So she's an awful person, and well, she never had a career in Poland. He always wanted to just leave, so she was playing in some period in 70s, but there was like communism times, and the local market was pretty closed. Everything was controlled, so she couldn't brave or get nude or something, so she just ran away from Poland and started working in France and then England, America, and all around the world. And well,
it's amazing she managed to keep going, but she somehow seems to have hooked onto Bettina's agent, and Bettina's agent, stupid man, gave her Bettina's address, and she turned up there. but also has given her a list of all of the best places, like Bettina's favourite beauty parlour. And Bettina turns up for the beauty parlour, and who should be there but Charlotte? And I can just see this ending badly. I could just see, Bettina going for jobs or going for auditions or going for parts and finding that Charlotte's gone up for the same part. This is just going to get worse. Apparently, she could be around for, at least a year, and could be 2 or 3 years. There's more to this than we know. There's some hold she must have over whatever theatre it is she's working for them to be giving her jobs that, and it's made worse by Yeti Uncle John now in the middle of it as well. I heard a rumour that she may or may not have been cast in Robot Big Fatty's new movie, in which case that could be quite high profile. Bettina was hoping for a role in that, and it's just not going to end well. I just wanted to talk to somebody about it. I knew you'd understand.
Yeah, well, I heard that all the things she's done over the years is all because Bettina once overstepped her when she was young actress, not famous, or she was pretty unknown then, and Bettina was not even rude, just didn't show her. So it was like she ignored her because she was like statist or something like that, and then she just was like, okay, I'm gonna ruin her life. So she's a very vengeful woman.
I think, I think Aunt Tabby knows her, because Aunt Tabby used to be almost like Bettina's sort of, well, certainly a very close companion. She wasn't. Sometimes she even got a cameo in the films, but it's just going to be upsetting for. Oh well. Anyway, I don't know what we can do about it, but I wonder if it's really interesting if I can find some way of sort of discrediting her. But it sounds bad, but I don't know. I just worry about poor Bettina and.
Well, I can always open a portal to other dimension.
Well, that might be going a bit too far, even for getting rid of Charlotte Shade. But it may come to that. I'll let you know.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll catch up with you again soon.
Sure. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
I gotta go now.
Goodbye, goodbye,
Goodbye. Yes, goodbye.
Wow. Really? No kidding.
Thank you, darling. And you too. Bye-bye.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network. Find more shows over at pride48.com.
Oh dear. What's going on now? Oh, it's the Shy Life Podcast.
Let's go.
I have a voice.
I have a voice.
You have a voice.
You have a voice.
We have a voice.
We have a voice.
Unique voices in podcasting.
UnivazPods.net.
That is so cringe, oh my god.
You're a man of culture as well.
Hello.
Hello. My name is Cromitty. I'm calling from the UK. I write for a film newspaper, and I'm looking to speak to Christoph Marok. I don't know if he's available.
Yes. That's me.
Oh, okay. I believe you represent Charlotte Shade. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Merrick. As I say, I'm Cromitty. I work for the Now Films magazine, and we're very excited about your client, Charlotte Shade. I know she's been around for many years, but she's sort of, I know she's appearing in, or about to appear in, I know that she's currently in rehearsals for a stage a performance in the London's West End. And I just wanted to clear up a few inconsistencies we have in some of the facts that we thought we should speak to you, as you are her agent.
Okay, really? Because I did not know that she's London.
You didn't know that she was in London? Well,
yes.
Well, the story that she's been telling contacts that I know is that, she's got this job in London, and she said that her agent wasn't able to come over to London because, well, this is why I'm confused, because if you are her agent, she was telling people here that her agent doesn't speak English, but you are speaking English. So,
yes, but little.
Yes. But surely she would have told you if she was. Well, what did she tell her? What is she supposed to be doing? Is she supposed to be on holiday or something? What's going on?
Yes, she's free.
Oh, well, I don't like to worry you, but she's been telling completely different stories to the press in the UK. In fact, she's employed a gentleman as her agent in London. Well, like an assistant anyway, who's doing a lot of her work. I'm sure it's nothing to be worried about. I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding, but Mr. Marok. But maybe you should speak with her. But I'm sorry, I didn't realize this was. I'm not trying to make trouble. I was just trying to iron out a few inconsistencies, and it seems that it seems like maybe there is more to it than she's admitting. I'm not sure.
Worry not. She's diva. Worry not.
Well, yes, she is definitely a diva, but I would have thought that if you were her agent, then anyway. Well, it's between you two, so I've probably taken up enough of your time. But anyway, thank you, Mr. Marok. Sorry to take up your time, but it's been very nice to speak to you.
Thank you.
Goodbye for now.
Bye.
How strange. How strange that her agent doesn't even know that she's in London. Didn't seem that bothered, for it must be said, but it would suggest there are more mysteries than we know. Very curious.
He's Charlotte Spade, the best world actress of the universe. Leave a message.
Charlotte, it's me, Christoph. You need to be careful about things you're telling the people because some guy from some newspaper was calling. He has some strange name, so be careful because it can mess up all the plans. And from now we will talk only in Polish. All messages in Polish to prevent anyone from your end to understand our chat. Pamiętaj, po polsku gadamy od teraz. Żadnego angielskiego. Okej? Okej. Bye!
Dealy! Hi, Dealy. Oh, kitty, kitty, Dealy. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Oh, I love Dealy. This is just the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
What the hell just happened on this show? I mean, seriously, reverse it, because I lost... What's going on? What happened?
Man, was that worth it or not? Oh my goodness, that was a darling little shoe.
706.
Wow, I love that one. Great show, Paul. Yeah. That was a
Nominee in category Best Actress are Weronika Okrzyszewska, Bettina Dupré, Sarah Mayor, Elizabeth Delacroix, and last but not least, Charlotte Shade. And the winner of the Golden Paw in category The Best Actress is Charlotte Shade.
Oh, thank you. It's a true honor for me. In first place, I would like to thank other nominees for being not good enough to win that Golden Paw statue. Of course, I'm just joking, darling. I would like to thank my dearest friend Bettina Dupré, which was also a nominee, for her endless support in my career. Without her, I wouldn't be in that place. Also, I would like to thank my manager for forcing me to take auditions tomorrow, today, yesterday, because that role was a real breakthrough in my career. And look at me, I'm standing here before you, and I just earned a Golden Paw. I will cherish that moment for the rest of my life because it's the biggest achievement in my career. Thank you very much for all your votes.
That was beautifully done.
Hey, Paul, I've been waiting around all this time because I just figured you'd have me back on one of your many endings. What's up?
I wasn't sure. Well, I wasn't sure if you had other things to be doing. I didn't want to keep you because.
Well, I do, but I mean, almost always I come back like 3 or 4 or 5 times before you actually. Anyways, if we're done, I'll head home.
We could talk about something. How are the chickens? How are the chickens doing?
Yeah, they're Bucky and Clucky. Anyways, I do have to go. Yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Yeah, okay. Bye for now. Send my love to the chickens.
Bye.
Et voilà.